Hi everyone, I'm continuing the live stream. It got interrupted because of the internet, but we are back on the track. And now I made all the marks for that piece that should go on the other side. So I'm ready to start cutting it. And this piece should match the ceiling. That's why I have to use the marks that I made and cut it just using this level pretty much as a reference, because I want it to be exactly perfect. So sorry for that interruption of the stream. I'm hoping that you had a chance to reconnect back after I started it again. It's just like sometimes you can do nothing about it. So like I said before, that ceiling is really crooked. So I made the mark where each stud was, and I'm just cutting the line which hopefully will match the ceiling perfectly. So then I will be able just to caulk the gap between the between the ceiling and the. Yeah, it is extremely crooked, but what you can do about it? Not much. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping that you are able to reconnect. And if you just connecting now, I'm cutting that piece of drywall so I can put it on the wall over here. I just changed the camera angle so you can see me cutting that stuff. Thank you for joining. Hi Daniel, Barris Sports Highlights. Happy Tuesday. Hello everyone. Hello Daniel. Thank you for joining. Like and subscribe to the channel. So as you can see, it's extremely crooked, but we want to match that ceiling. And I'm gonna be cutting really deep, so then when we snap it, we don't have much of a texture, because the ceiling gonna have its own texture, and you don't want to create extra bumps that will make it not possible for me to fit that sheet of drywall. Thank you for joining everyone. Like and subscribe to the channel so you won't skip the final end result for that laundry wall build. Now I'm just cutting the drywall, but after I cut it, I will change the camera angle so you can see where it's gonna go and where it will be installed. So, like I said, I'm trying to cut it quite deep, so then when I snap it, I don't have a lot of bumps and a lot of stuff that needs to be finished with the rasp. Perfect. Now I have a nice perfect line on my belly. At least it's not the line from the blade, because I've seen that happen too, unfortunately. Okay, I'm breaking those drywall pieces that are sticking out, so because I measured it exactly, it should fit really tight over there. Okay, so let me change the camera angle so you can see me. Hi Jax Haynes, thank you for joining. Hi Uncommon Woman, thank you for joining too. It's good to see you back. So I'm gonna bring the phone over here, and I'm hoping it's gonna still have nice connection, everyone. So let's see. Now I'm gonna try to fit the drywall sheet in here, and hopefully it will fit perfectly without any need to trim anything, to notch anything. So let's see how that stuff is gonna go here. So yeah, just like I said, perfectly. The only thing I would need to space it a little bit and bring it even more tight to the ceiling. So I'm gonna check this side, make sure that it's nice and flush, and it might go a little bit in here, just like so. Yep. So then I can lift that corner a tiny bit, just like that. And I can put one screw here. And now I'm gonna lift that side, because I want to have it nice and tight to the ceiling. So just like that. So I'm gonna be using hot mud, so it will fill that gap, and it's much more important for me to have a nice line on the top where I'm going to just to tape to caulk it. Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you for staying tuned. So that piece went right in, and now we're gonna put some screws. Now we're gonna put some screws. Let me know, guys, in chat where you're watching from, which state, which country. So I do this in Tennessee, Tri-Cities. So let's start putting those screws in place. Sorry, I have really bad internet here, and sometimes it might just disconnect, and I can't do much about it. So I'm putting that laser just to see and make nice perfect line for my screws, but it's not it's gonna be finished. I just want it to look nice for a customer to see that it looks nice and finished. That stuff will be covered with trim. Anyways. Okay. Oh! Hi Pete, how are you?
Good, you having fun?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Putting the drywall, was trying to match that crooked ceiling on the floor. How are you?
Allergies are really bad. Been feeding hay and all this dust.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that needs my help. Yeah, I just gotta pick up the little shop back with the farmhouse. Now, pretty much smart switches, some of them are good for future reference where some go in a light box in the fixture box, like a little radio receiver. So that there's no Wi-Fi or anything. Switch, it just sends a little radio signal and activates. The other switch, the original light thing, those ones I was looking at on Depot, they can only do a single switch. You can't add another switch. So if you,
I gotcha.
I don't know quite how that works. Like why you wouldn't have a switch, but you know, I'll have to. But some of the others you can do a second switch, which is what I do.
Yeah, at least it's good to know that there is an option.
They're a little expensive, but there's one. Some of them do need that a Wi-Fi hub, like some sort of central hub. Others do not. The switch itself. You don't need Wi-Fi or central hub. Itself. So there's all kinds of options. $70 to $100 each. Some of them have two units per pack. Some of them have one. They're about $80. That's a lot cheaper than running wires and sheetrock.
Yeah.
As long as you have one functioning light switch, you can do it. So.
Yep. I told Caroline that I can tape and finish that piece of the drywall if you want to while I'm doing that kind of stuff.
I want to try and do that part myself.
Okay. Okay, yeah, just decided to ask. Okay. Okay. Hi, Chris. Yeah, I am having. Guys, like and subscribe to the. It's a customer came. So I had to answer a few questions and talk a little bit, but we are back. Let me know if you can see me well, if you can hear me well. So I like to use that laser just to keep it visually look nice and straight. Again, it's just for a customer. Let me know, guys, where you're watching from, which state, which country, and if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. So usually you would have to do them staggered, but it's perfectly fine in here since I want to have this visual side to be with no joints and no nothing. Perfect. So, привет, CRS617. Привет. Blurred because of the bad internet connection here. I'll switch to another side and then you'll be able to see it better, guys. Sorry, it's just the way how the internet works in here. This should be quick. It should be quick on this. I won't be putting screws now over here because I want to put another piece and then drive the screws. Let's switch to the inside. Thank you for joining, everyone, for staying tuned. Please like and subscribe. So now we're gonna measure that piece for here and we're gonna cut it, and internet should be better on this location now. So let's get that piece and yeah, because of the recent work I've done, my hands became so sore. It's kind of painful, but it is. So I'm gonna put that piece right here and I'm gonna measure it. So that one is gonna be 40, a little bit less than 45 inches. And now we're gonna mark this side. (42 1/8). (42 1/8). Perfect. Now I'm gonna get my choke line and let's snap that line in place. My favorite part is taping and finishing. I don't like hanging drywall. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you drywall hanging. I personally don't. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna make the mark here, score it with my razor knife, and I'm gonna snap the chalk line over here so I can see where to cut it. It is the fastest way to do it if you're just by yourself like I'm here. I'm gonna switch the side on my blade and let's score it. And again, since it's not that important for me to make it look nice, I just need to cut as much as I need. Okay. And let's snap it. Perfect. Okay. Now let's set it in place. I'm setting those drywall pieces to space it from the floor so it won't be pushed and pressed and won't make those cracking noises in future. So here's my impact drill. Thank you for joining, everyone. Guy likes, give it a like you're having a good day. Your camera is fading in and out. It's because of the internet. I switched the location for the camera so there can be better internet and you can see me better. So let's set this one in place. So I want to make sure the exact half of the sheet is on that stud here, not less that I need. And I might need to lift it up a little bit this corner since I cut it a little bit too short, I think. Let me see. So I'll put that screw. And just to double check it, I'll put my laser. And it's good that I went to get it because I forgot it on the other side. So just to check. Again. Yeah, I need to lift it a tiny bit to make sure that it's square then on my studs, because the floor is not level, the ceiling is not level, but the studs are level. So what I'll do, I'll just lift that side tiny bit. Now I'll drive the screw, that's it. Guys, let me know in the chat where you're watching from. Which state, which country. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Perfect. Okay. As well. Thank you for joining, everyone. Let me know in the chat if you have any questions or something. So now when there is no lights that are shining behind that wall, it looks much more darker in this room, which I assumed gonna be the case. And if it was up to me, I would put that I would have put 2 more lights in. Perfect. Now we don't need that block. And it's absolutely not necessary to put the laser like I do. I just do it so that when the customer comes, it's gonna all look nice and symmetrical. So it's just one wall and it's not hard for me to make it like that. So we cut that beveled edge at the bottom, and we have nice surface for the baseboard to kind of be attached to. And I'll be using 45-minute joint compound for taping, and I'll tape just these 2 joints on those 2 sides and this vertical joint, and the rest I will caulk it with Dynaflex caulking, so it will remain flexible and I won't ruin the texture on the ceiling. Yep, so it will be much easier to do that. And the Dynaflex stretches better than any paper, so if it can be done nice and accurately, then it means it can be done. Thank you for joining. Thank you for staying tuned, everyone. Let me know in chat if you have any questions, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. Press that like button on the top. Subscribe and double tap the screen to give it a like. And you see how crooked that floor is. It goes extremely down. Okay, so I'll put one more right here. Okay, and I don't want to put any pieces here before I will put the top piece because I want it to fit nice, and if I'll start putting screws, it will start breaking the edge of the drywall, and then I won't be able to cut nice and perfect piece. I just noticed that there was some kind of imperfection here, but that's okay. It's not gonna affect nothing. Thank you for joining, everyone. Subscribe. So now I'm gonna do the same stuff I did for the other side. I'm gonna measure from each stud to the ceiling, and I'll transfer those marks on the drywall, and I'll cut it because that ceiling is just like that. And for me, in order to be able to caulk it, I have to do it that way. So I'm gonna cut that piece real quick. So I brought it a little bit past the stud because I wanted to overlap that vertical stud, because if you stop the drywall here, your studs, they might crack the drywall when you have the movement and stuff. So I don't want it to happen. That's why I usually like to move drywall and pass that vertical line. Sometimes it can be even more. Okay, but anyways, like this will be covered, like most of it will be covered with the casing. So the gem material will go on the opening on the inside, and then the casing will be on the face. That's it. Okay, so let's measure that stuff. I have my pencil handy. And you know what? I actually have my light in here that I can turn on, and it will be much, much brighter. And I think it will be much, much better for you to see me. So I think it's already better. Yeah, it was $2 for your likes and for your subscriptions. So I'm gonna measure from each stud. $41.5. Because like I said, that ceiling is really crooked. So $41.18. Then this one is gonna be 40.75. This one is gonna be 40.5. 40.5. You know, most of the time I do tile work, and tile setters, they see framing way different than the rest of the people see because when they frame so it's nice and perfect, exactly plumb and straight. Because usually if you have the tile that need to go after you framed, it's not gonna forgive any mistakes. But when you do just finishing, it's not that critical. $40.25. Then this one, 40.375. And then this one will be 40.18. The most interesting thing that the person who did most of the remodeling stuff in this home, he did the floors and the ceilings, and they both were crooked. So let's transfer those measurements on the drywall. I'm gonna be double checking. 41.5 or 1/8.5. Okay, 41.5. Just like that. And actually, you know what? I have to start from the side. No, I'm just getting tired. Just like that. Then it's pretty much every 16 inches. Yep. So this one is 41 1/8. And then this one 40 3/4. Forty 3/4, just like that. Then 40.5. 40.5. Then 40 1/4. Okay, 1/4 should be here. 40 1/4. And then this one also 40 1/4. And the last one 40 1/8. I need to pull that paper off. Again, 40 1/8. Okay, now let's cut that piece. Thank you for joining, everyone. Like and subscribe to the channel. So I'm gonna cut that piece. And I'll be just using the level because each section is crooked and I can't use anything else to make it match that crookedness on the ceiling. I have that switch on the back that's blocking me from. Let me know in the chat where you're watching from, guys, and if you like to do and hang the drywall, or if you like finishing. Personally, uh, I personally hate doing the drywall. Actually, I like to frame, but cut drywall and hang it. It is quite labor-intensive work, and it's considered one of the less paid, I would say. So, me personally, I don't find it rewarding. And if someone can do this, I better have someone do it. But when you do the kind of whole thing and you're responsible for the end result, it matters sometimes when you do all the steps. Because if someone will come and cut just chunks and they will leave you all the broken corners and they will have the torn paper, they will miss all the outlets in the world and switches, and they will just let you enjoy all this stuff and make you finish a lot of stuff. I had one basement where the guy, like 80% of the outlets he cut, the drywall, he missed. So I had to tape so that even the big outlet plate won't cover those holes. So I had to I had to tape around and fix all those outlets that he managed poorly. So let's cut that thing. And I'm gonna try to cut it deep so then when I snap it, it won't be too big of a deal and it won't have a lot of drywall sticking out. Because like I said, we wanna have no problems with finishing the seam between the ceiling and drywall. And I want to just caulk it with Dynaflex exterior caulking so we don't have to screw up. So we won't screw up that texture on the ceiling since it's textured. I never liked textured ceiling. It's much better, to my opinion, to do just smooth ceiling. Okay, I'm hoping that I haven't made any mistakes while I was measuring all that stuff. So I'm cutting the back paper now, and after that we'll be ready to start putting it. Perfect. So we might be able to use those pieces for something else. Maybe not. I don't know how wide they are. They're probably not wide enough. So I'm just gonna remove those chunks from the top of the drywall, just like so. So nothing will be blocking when it comes to putting it in place. And I'll remove some of that paper. So now I'm gonna change the camera angle so you guys can see the actual wall. I know that it's not quite interesting to watch when somebody is just and cutting something that's hardly. So let's do that section. So I'm hoping that I made no mistakes on this one. I want to make sure I have my impact handy and I have enough screws, which I do. So I want to align the edge first, because for me it's most important to have that side flush. Okay, and it feels like it's pretty flush, and it fits perfectly. So you see, it wasn't wasted. It was exactly the way it should be. So I can even lift it slightly to make it even tighter. It seems like, but the gap is just perfect. Okay, I'm hoping that it's not gonna fall on me on the other end. So we can also lift this one up. And then when I tape, it will just fill that teeny tiny gap, but I have a nice and tight connection between this. You see how nice it is between. Now I can just simply put screws and put the caulking over there, and it's gonna look nice. And I'll be using my laser just to have nice straight lines. Just like that. Let me know in the chat, guys, where you're watching from, which state, which country, if it's not United States. I do this kind of work now in Tennessee, Tri-Cities. Okay, so I'll probably put one screw over here. One more screw here. I'll actually do the same from the back. I haven't put the screw here. Perfect. And like I said, usually it takes just 4 screws in one line. And that stuff will be covered with casing. So the main thing is not to break through that paper when you press it. I'll just make it like that. because you want to make sure your screw sits deep enough but doesn't break the paper through. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Drop in chat if you have any questions. I have this teeny tiny Bosch laser for 6 years and it still shows exact level and doesn't screw me up. I have the big one for other jobs with a green line, but this one is just small and compact, and sometimes it's really nice when you need to hold it next to the wall and see your line. Thank you for joining, everyone, for staying tuned. Okay. Perfect. Please like this live stream by double tapping the screen and consider also subscribing to the channel. Thank you every one of you for joining, and leave me questions if you have any in the chat. I can answer. So there is one more stud right here. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut that piece. On. Just like that. And I'm gonna score it from the inside with my knife. Just like that. And then it's gonna snap exactly where it should snap. Perfectly perfect. Okay, so when this is ready, let's finish this piece as well. So I'm gonna bring one more sheet inside. I have that paper torn over here, so I'll start measuring it from another side. And I didn't really want to measure nothing. Let me see, maybe I can just turn it just like that. I should be able to do that. Just like this. And like that. Okay, perfect. And now it's So because I'm lazy, I don't want to measure nothing. When it's possible not to measure stuff, I prefer not to measure stuff and put it exactly. So let's see, I'm gonna put the piece of drywall over here, and it should fit perfectly. No, it won't. Okay, then I'll just measure and cut it. So it is 6.5. Yeah, I better mark it. I'll have it crooked for the future cuts if I will cut it like that. 6.5, and then 6.5. I should have had my T-square, but I don't have it with me, so it's gonna be perfectly fine to cut it that way. Whereas there used to be a piece that I had for it. Here it is. Thank you for joining, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. Ready? And then I'm gonna cut it from the back. Just like so. I'm gonna put my drywall spacer to space it from the floor, and I'm gonna use factory edge. Factory edge next to the wall. I'm hoping that it's gonna be pretty straight. Yeah, it is. So could have been more than 6.5, but it's gonna be covered with casing anyways. Yeah, as you can see, I brought that piece of drywall really tight to the wall so that it won't be any problem for me to caulk that gap with Dynaflex, and then it can be easily painted. Yeah, and when I measured and I cut that piece of drywall so then I can frame my wall, you see it's exactly where I need, so I'll just cut a straight piece, then I will have the casing, so it will look awesome. Okay, I'm gonna cut another piece on the top, and I'll make it again wider than 6.5 inches. Hello. The customer came. How's it going?
Hello. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, you see what I was saying? There's like a ceiling.
I do see that.
So, anyways,
Okay.
it's gonna look nice. Are you happy with your resurfacing work?
Am I happy with it?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's better than what it was for sure,
Mm-hmm.
because of the professional, I think, So it looks better when it's wet, and every time it dries, it just, you just.
I mean, you're gonna paint it, so it's gonna look, anyways.
No,
Or you're
I
not.
wasn't planning to paint it.
Oh,
No, I think that if I paint it, I don't know, it just looks, doesn't that look worse?
I don't know. I just thought that it was like refinishing kind of resurfacing thing, and then you paint it.
Yeah.
But
It's just supposed to be like a concrete, but I know I could repaint it, but then it just seems like if I paint it, I'm setting them up for like chipped, horrible looking concrete. I'd rather just have
Mhm.
concrete
Yep,
that's not painted than concrete that is
Yep.
painted.
you're right. You're 100% right.
So, anyways, I'm going to try to do a little bit of spackling. I bought that spackling that you said
Mm-hmm.
to buy. I'm gonna try it out and see if I
Mm-hmm.
can get that bathroom ready for painting.
Okay. Whew. Guys, like and subscribe, everyone. So I'm gonna cut that piece also slightly bigger. And I should have used my T-square, but of course I have it somewhere else, not here. So here's that piece. I'm gonna just measure it like that and trim it. I'll trim it like this. So I need to get my square. Where's the square? It is right here. So we're gonna trim that piece. And then that stuff should be trimmed here as well. Like that. And like this.
Do you need more of the Dynaflex?
Yes.
How much more do you need?
How many do you have?
I have one here, but I have more at home.
I know, that's why I told Peter that I would need some. So
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I didn't know.
I mean, I would.
I know he gave you some.
No, it's just I know that there were 3 of them, and I have a little bit left. I used one, and I have a little bit left on that second one on my gun somewhere. So I was planning to use that.
Okay, this is the third one that was in the bag that was over there.
Yeah, it was all of them. So
Okay, all right, so how many more should I bring?
no, it's gonna be enough for me here. I just if you need more.
Oh, yeah, I have, yeah. Okay. Would you be able to, help me get that? Just cut out the paper on the.
Yep. Yep, I will.
Thank you.
So for the inside corners, you always wanna, if they are rough, you wanna put the caulk in and then wipe it off with your finger. And that's how you can get rid of all this wavy and all, even that stuff. You can just place your finger like that and blend that kind of stuff.
The Dynaflex coating?
Pretty much any caulking would work.
Does it matter? Use the Alex stuff, because that.
Alex stuff is okay for these purposes. It's, yeah, it might be even better because it's more.
So you're saying put that on first and then paint?
Yeah, like just not to use a spec and use that thing.
Not to use a spackle for in here? Do you
No,
think this
no,
really needs that? This looks
I don't
like
think
okay.
like when it's a corner, don't use a spec, and it will take you a lot of time. And that stuff will fill
Yes.
all these gaps. And
Yeah.
I suggest you not to use those plastic. Get yourself the metal one at some point because
I have
this
a metal
is just.
one. I could not use it, but then I wouldn't have to. I don't have
No,
one here
you-
today.
You can use plastic, but just for the future, so you know.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I
it's-
have tons of metal ones. I just don't have them here.
Mhm.
I have this. This is corner tape, I believe, right? I use this for corner, I think.
This is just a general purpose, like paper tape. It can be folded and used for corners. It can be used for that, but you see, it's hard to make it perfect if you don't do this professionally. You can have something that's called blisters, like you have here, pretty much. And yeah, this kind of stuff is holding well, so you can just I can show you how that 3M works. It's pretty nice.
So would we use any of this?
You don't need it with that stuff.
Okay. Hello? Yes, that's correct. We should make something gluten-free. And we could if you want to, but if she's gonna have something, it has to be gluten-free. Okay, let me call you back because I'm in the middle of a lesson here. Okay. All right, bye.
So when it comes to any type of finishing, when you hold your pudding knife parallel to the surface, like that, it blends more and kind of makes it more fine. But when you hold it 40, like 90 degrees, you remove more. So I would suggest you to go like that and just, you see, we fill that thing, it won't shrink. All you will have this tiny thing here, and when it's dry, then you just
put a little bit
more and just wipe it off.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty much. I don't even know.
So like this should be.
If you just put your finger and wipe it off, you can make it easier with your finger and just wipe it off. Because with the spackling, then it comes to the corner and it will create more mess than.
That's what happened in this other house that I was doing, which is why I bought this
Yeah,
stuff.
so spackling is good for stuff like that. And the
do.
only thing, keep in mind that it dries in here, and also that thing for it to cover well, you shouldn't have, when you close it, you shouldn't have it on the edges like that. So just place it at the center, like this. Yeah, because it's a lot of material. You'll be able to use it for many projects, not like just one. So again, if you have like something, let's say, I don't know, stuff like that, but yeah, here's the disadvantage of that plastic, that it's not fine.
Okay.
So
usually, I can
usually,
just wait and do it. Come back and do it with when I have the.
so you have two ways after. You can sand it, or you can just get like a wet wipe or even finger. So usually you see that transition around like that stuff. So if you do like that, you don't have that transition anymore. Just or it can be sanded after, and you can achieve it by doing so as well. So that's it. And when that stuff dries, it's like it doesn't shrink.
So this, you can't do that with a plastic or any other spackle stuff. It's this stuff that's just works it really good.
I'm just saying, you see how fine it is in general?
Yeah.
If you don't have this kind of stuff, usually it's really fine. So if you take this one, it's really textured compared to this stuff. Also, if it's warm like it is now, it will take, I don't know, maybe a few hours and it will be already nice to paint. The only disadvantage of it that I found that it's gray. And it looks like they made it even lighter. It used to be darker. So it was, when you have just white paint that should go over it, it might show like the dark stain behind, and you might take like 2 coats or 3 coats sometimes of white, but they made it lighter. I see that it's lighter than the previous stuff. They modified it. So yeah.
All right.
That's
so
it.
Can I pay you $50 to do these things? Because I don't know that I'll do them right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to watch you though, because I'm
like. Right now. You want?
Well,
to
if
right
you can,
now?
or if you, it doesn't matter. I can come back another time if you want to.
I mean,
I would just love to sit here and watch you do everything. It's like I learned everything, but I have so many other things I'm doing. But anyways, this was my project. This room is my project. So if you're going to do it, I want to like watch you so I can learn.
if I will spend time doing that, I won't be able to do the step that I planned today to leave it to dry, and then tomorrow
Yeah,
it
and
won't
then
be
you do
ready.
that.
It's the
Okay.
only thing.
So
And I
can come
really
back.
want you to try it yourself, and I think you can
I
do
can
it
get all of these little
without
things. I'm
paying
just
me.
thinking this.
You can do that. I can show you on
You
one
think so?
section, yeah,
Alright.
and then I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, I would rather fix that hole, but you said that the pit
Okay.
is like
So
planning to.
you're saying I can do. I should use that, or should I wait till I get a metal thing tomorrow? I can bring a metal thing with me. And Peter has the metal things. I don't know where to get with them, but probably use them.
I would use metal. It's
I know, I
just
prefer metal too.
it's just easier. This one doesn't flex, doesn't bend when you kind of.
Right.
So.
It's just because we had. They
And
were
it
at the
has
house in
that,
Knoxville,
and it has
and-
that kind of thing. With metal, I would be able to make it even like you see these lines. It kind of like gives you those lines.
Yeah.
It's because of the plastic. As soon as you hit something hard, it leaves the notch.
Yeah.
And that's it. So.
Okay. Well, what? All right. We'll travel. If we try the, but then I have to use the Dynaflex because that's the only one that I have.
Yes, you can use it. You can use it. The Alex is easier to wipe because it's not that tacky, but it's less flexible. So for practicing purpose, you can use Alex just to practice. And I think I saw some of it somewhere.
Do we have some?
Maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, but for the rest, like that, you use that speckling for those like
that stuff I can do. I've done this sort
dents
of
and
stuff before. I just haven't done this stuff before with caulking. I wish I'd known that because I redid this room in the house in Knoxville. I did that. I put in the corner tapes, and it came out beautiful. But it took a long. Everything takes me a long time. You know?
Of course, because when you do it for first time or like second time,
yeah, and see, I'm not doing it all the time, so I'm going to do it for like 5 years, and then I'll be just as beginner at it again. You know? So,
yeah,
it's harder.
I know. So yeah, you can. I mean, I'll be here tomorrow as well, so you can get some of the stuff, and I can show you. I'm pretty sure you will be able to make it.
Okay, so we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what time are you going to be here tomorrow? So I'll make sure that I'm here at a good time.
I mean, from 11:30 probably to whatever, like 7 at least, probably.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that sounds good. I have to.
Or I can even get one corner done. I can film it for you, and I can send you the video so you can use it as a.
Yeah, but I want to be there. I want to see it. So.
Okay.
But I went to Habitat for Humanity Friday. They were closed.
I might have.
They were closed. I went on today.
They
were closed. So I'm not going again until next week.
I can show you. I think
I was looking for those to see if I get any of those. Doors.
So let me get that tube off. That new. I don't know where I put the old one. It's somewhere, maybe upstairs. Yeah, upstairs. I was caulking.
I have a caulk on, I think.
That's okay. So.
What is that one for? Loctite?
This is the polyurethane. I use it to adhere the bottom plate to the tile. So it's the only adhesive that sticks like crazy. You see my finger? I wasn't able to wash it off yesterday from that stuff because it's like extreme tacky. It's not like most of the liquid nails.
So you use it for an adhesive?
Yeah, I use it when I need liquid nails, pretty much. When I need to adhere something.
It's better
for bonding. Yeah, it's better because it's much more tacky, and it's probably the most expensive. But for here, especially for the wall, you want to make sure it's on the bottom. Yeah, the tile is like that, so I wanted to fill that stuff and make sure it's sitting there. So it can be done with that. With Dynaflex, it's just a little harder because it's tacky, but it's just much more faster. So
okay,
you just put it inside your corner like that. It's probably maybe even might be too much on the top. So And I always like to have these wet wipes because you never know, it might fall or something like that. Okay. And then you simply can use the same wet wipe, make either your finger wet or just wrap it on your finger like that. And again, depending on the size of your tools, you can choose which finger you want to use, depending on how bad is the corner, how wide is that stuff. So you pretty much put it like that, and then you hold it like kind of also like 45-degree or something, and then it kind of goes on the sides, and it fills most of the stuff that you have inside your corner, and it gives you the bit that will be flexible and then it won't crack. So I might need to get. So you have to kind of always have the fresh, like don't have a lot of build up because it will go on the side. So it will be on the left and the right side, and you don't want that. If you have that, like you can just put it again like next to, let's say you see it's a little bit more on this side, so I can press my finger against that side and kind of bring it to the center again, and then again pretty much like redo that thing. But I'm gonna need to get like a step stool or something to reach to the top. Yeah, just like that. And then when it dries, you can paint it only next day, not the same day. When it dries, you just put your brush and you brush it, and you see it needs a little bit more here because it was really deep. Like the main common problem when people sand the corner, they went into the other side with sanding paper, and the edge of the sanding paper is sanding the notch here, and then they do this side, it notches there. So in the corner you have like some kind of stuff like that. That's why you see I put so much stuff, and it still requires a little bit more. So, and then also it might look like it's kind of a lot, but when the moisture will go out, it will dry, it will shrink. So you'll have a perfect film, and that thing stretches like much better. The tape, it just breaks. It's failing, but in the corners, that thing can stretch maybe like 10 times and not crack.
Yeah.
So that's it.
So you want that? You want the Dynaflex for the corners, not the.
I would say it will be, so it's tacky. If you will have a lot of it everywhere, it will be harder for you to deal with Dynaflex as someone who is just practicing.
Yes.
That thing is also tacky. I just like it might look easy when I do that because I've done it like thousands times. I spend days sometimes on the projects just caulking. Like with one project.
Maybe I should wait till I finish all around the race first because I'll get good at it.
I mean, of course, for me it's faster, but yeah. So this is the way you do it. Okay. And then it dries, and you brush it, and the brush will hide everything, all the stuff that you might not like. So.
Okay. And then this stuff, where was it? Wasn't there something that looked like? Maybe it's not there.
I mean, stuff like that. It's
so I guess I'll just have to
spackling. This is for the corners. This is for the kind of imperfections and stuff like that.
This out too. Or I'll try to do it.
I mean,
you get back to your stuff.
So this is the bottom of that tape. You see, and this is the top. So it's pretty much he just had dry joint compound, or it was mixed with not enough water, or like this is the paper type. You cannot use the joint compound from the bag that you mix with water with paper tape.
Oh.
Because of the water.
Oh. Really?
And when you have the one in the bucket, it has not a water there. It's like some kind of chemical that is designed to be used for taping, especially if you see on the bucket when it says for taping or all that stuff. So this, you see, it's like it just, there's no nothing.
It's not even,
Yeah, so that's why I don't use it. It's like the
You don't use what?
cheapest. I don't use paper tape for stuff like that. There is a bunch of different tapes like fiber fuse.
Right, this one that I have.
So
Good or better?
this is designed for that joint compound in the bags when you mix it with water because it goes through. I'll be using this type for that wall.
Okay.
But that stuff in the bucket designed to be for the paper. And the stuff from the bucket can be used with this too. But the main thing, you cannot use paper with water.
Yes.
So
okay.
in the bucket, you just mix it. You can add a little bit just to make proper consistency. But
Okay. Now, this part here, would you do it or would you not do that?
I mean,
don't know.
I don't know. It's just
If it's supposed to be done.
it's supposed to be done right first.
I
I would say, because it's not like then you don't have the tape and there is nothing that's pretty much holding this joint. But anyways, tape is pretty much masking the crack that appears behind the tape. So if you don't tape, if you just finish, you will just have line.
Yeah.
So the paper is just masking pretty much. So it's not gonna hold anything. If it will pull something, as you can see, the paper doesn't hold anything. So
I'm surprised.
and sorry guys, had a lesson to teach. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying tuned. I have a little bit of a split here, so I'll achieve it. Very good. I need to bring myself a chisel. Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you for staying tuned. I need to chisel a little bit because I have a split here.
do. Let's put another piece here on the top. I'm gonna cut it through here once again. Perfect.
Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you for staying tuned. Drop in the chat if you have any questions.
Let me know where you're watching from, which state, which country. Also consider subscribing to the channel and leave this YouTube live stream and level 30 stream.
So now I have two pieces that I need to put on the other side. So I'll switch the camera angle. Thank you everyone for joining. Set it like that so you can see work on this section right here. Thank you for joining everyone. So let's go ahead and do this, guys. So usually if you have bigger wall, you want to do like a staggered and use one piece and start it from the top here. And then the second one goes from that side, so you have those pieces, like small piece here, small piece there. But since I already know the most visible area will be there and this corner is not noticeable, I just decided to stack them here and have just one piece. So we measure the actual height, so it's like 7 foot. So I'll do the same, I'll put just few halves, I don't want to put the whole piece. So I'm gonna measure exactly where it's at. Surgery 3 weeks. Surgery 3 weeks. Then this stuff should be 42 inches long. 42. And then it's gonna be it's going to be 12 and 7/8. 12 and 7/8 right. Okay, so let's cut that piece.
then I have this one. Okay, so this one should also be 42 right here. Okay, so I need to shave a little bit of that bottom. So this is nice and good. This one needs to be slightly shaped. I would call it. Perfect. So let's set this one in place. Then we can Great. Now let's do the top piece.
Sorry that my microphone died and the battery on it died, but I connected another one, so I'm back in the game. So I just finished cutting that one piece on the bottom, and I'll put another one in there, and this side of the wall will be ready. Then we will switch and we will do these two pieces also for the inside, and we will finish the opening as well from that side. So now let's measure this one so I can see. Okay, so 13 and 1/8. Yes. So now I'm gonna flip that piece because no, it's actually scratched on the other side. So what I will do, so we have 6.5 piece. $55.25. 55 7/8 and 55 7/8. I'm just trying to cut that piece that is uneven because I measured it and I cut the not 90-degree cut here. I just want to get rid of that piece before I can measure this one. And that tiny piece I will use on the opening on the other side. Guys, let me know in the chat where you're watching from, which state, which country. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I might actually want to change that blade. It's already too bad. Whew. So this piece will go on the inside here. Okay, now we can measure that stuff. Thirteen 3/8. Then 16. It's gonna be 13 3/8.
Here it is.
Yeah.
So how do we take that pressure off it then?
For what?
So it stops dripping out?
I mean, I just press it, pull it back, and that's it. Yeah, usually it doesn't dry that fast, so I'll be able to reuse it right away. So,
Those little red, here, use the little red rubber tips.
yeah, I have tons of them.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
That's what I was saying. I'm not sure where they are, but I did buy some.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm just the same. So yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head out. So,
Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow then.
Yep.
Hopefully, probably.
Yep.
If something else comes up. So.
Okay.
I got all the caulking done in the corner, so. Okay, bye.
Bye. $13 1/4. 13 1/4. Then it's like 41 and a half. 41 and a half. And then 41 and 7/8. Yeah, everything is extremely crooked. So guys, 41 and 7/8, a little bit less. So pretty much my logic is that I'm gonna be using Dynaflex exterior caulking to caulk the gap between the ceiling and the walls. The only thing I will be taping this vertical joint and this one. So I was trying, like, I'm measuring more than I'm cutting because I want to make sure that I don't have to tape the ceiling because it's going to be ruined if I will tape it. So that's why you see me do all this weird stuff. And I had customer here as well. Also, she was working on some stuff in the house. She likes to do stuff by herself, so she asked me about some details, how to work with speckling and pretty much how which caulking to use, and I showed her a few tips. Okay, I haven't measured the very top. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for your likes, guys. Subscribe to the channel as well. Press that button on the top to subscribe so you don't skip me finishing this wall. And also we'll be able to see when it's all cased and jammed and all that stuff, because I'm going to be putting the casing on the opening and the gem material to make this opening look finished. Okay. So let's see how this one fits. So I have a little bit that I need to shave here, but other than that, it feels like it's gonna fit there perfectly. So that is Now perfect. Could have bring it higher, just like that. And I'm gonna put a few screws. So now I can just caulk this corner, and with Dynaflex caulking it won't crack. It might take 2 passes with caulking since it has a gap, but other than that should be perfect. And it used to be no wall, now there is a wall right here. It is what I like about remodeling and having some skills in construction, is that you can always change your space. Of course, if you have your own, you can have a better quality of life. But you should have some time to be able to do it for yourself. Usually it's the main struggle. Sometimes you might be skilled enough but not have time to do it for yourself. So you see that section is ready, this part of the wall. So when I will have it cased, that casing will go right up and next to that kind of corner, so it will be exactly there, and there will be no need to trim it. So, and I will caulk that whole gap around the perimeter here with Dynaflex caulking, and it won't because it's, I mean, really small. It's usually I would say 1/16, mostly 1/8 somewhere, so it will work just fine. So here's another section that needs to be done. So I'll be working on this one now. Thank you for joining, everyone. Please like and subscribe to the channel. So today I'm drywalling this wall that I framed yesterday, and I'm also gonna tape today, so it will be all ready tomorrow. And I'll also caulk the top, the gap between the ceiling and the, since we don't want to mess up the texture that we have on the ceiling, and the only way is pretty much by doing the way we're gonna do here.